Hong Kong protesters pen farewell letters in case they are killed by security forces.
Here's a summary of the article.
Protesters in Hong Kong engaged in fierce battles with security forces for a 20th consecutive weekend, destroying shops and setting fires in streets in the busy tourist section of the city. The New York Times reports that many have also started writing farewell letters to their family as the Chinese-backed government threatens to clamp down on the unrest. In one letter, a young protester referred to as "Nobody" wrote to his family, "When you find this letter, I might have already been arrested or killed." Another protester wrote, "I would be lying if I told you that I'm not afraid. But of course, we cannot give up." Police have started carrying out raids of young protesters' homes and the number of arrests has increased in recent weeks. Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam has activated emergency measures to try to gain control over the worsening situation in the city.
This post received a score of 47,426, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Protesters here in Venezuela started doing the same thing a few years ago. Really sad to see people doing the same. I hope they succeed in their protest, because we didn't.
The shitty part is I don't remember reading about it to you when it happened.
Oddly enough, I caught backlash each time I tried to share it. I was always surprised that it never surfaced more in the other subreddits. Edit, this was the link I was referring to, don't have others which were on an account that got locked with an old email I think. I don't currently know the state of the protests.
Keep doing it.
Hong Kong protesters are the real freedom lovers. They pen farewell letters. They're going on 5 straight months protesting. I wish my fellow Americans had such tenacity.
Imagine Americans ever uniting over anything.
That's un-American. Like unions.
I'm pro-ion, myself. Nah dude, prions are bad.
Prions scare the shit out of me tbh.
But only half as much as unions scare corporations apparently.
Yeah, unions are probably the only thing that can break up their massive amount of undemocratic power, so of course they don't want them.
Power transferred from one thing to another isn't always the solution though. The problem is that unions then gain a lot of power, which in turn needs to be checked upon, because they too abuse their power, as has been seen many times. Albeit we need unions, definitely, they're not a solve all solutions, they need heavy regulations and checkups.
Quit costing me money, LeBron probably.
We just aren't educated on the situation, we should wait.
How many HK protesters have been killed so far?
Can everyone replying to this provide a source?
That'd be great, but life isn't academia. It's basically an ongoing conflict between an authoritarian regime and guerrilla protesters. I don't think the paperwork and record keeping is going to be sublime.
Yeah, but there has to be some kind of information out there. We shouldn't have to spend our time verifying every piece of possible propaganda.
You can find news articles on suicides related to the protests. There was also an article of a girl who died. Police ruled it a suicide, but her friends said it was uncharacteristic. Yes, I agree there should be sources on news as well, but this news you find will only paint a specific narrative, it will not encapsulate the absolute state of how things are playing out. How many unaccounted deaths are there? You won't find answers to questions like that.
Greater Than Police ruled it a suicide, but her friends said it was uncharacteristic. Isn't that usually the case?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.